Yes, welcome to Bikes of Rye. So let's talk about the very popular method of purchasing a vehicle called PCP and why I believe it has to be the single worst way to purchase a motorcycle. And then at the end of the video, I will share methods I personally use instead. But you should know that this is not financial advice. This is just my humble opinion. And I do not wish to offend anyone that has in fact used this particular method to purchase their bike. So what is PCP? Well, PCP stands for Personal Contract Purchase. And as mentioned, it is a very popular way of financing a new motorcycle. Basically, a lender agrees to loan you money to purchase a fraction of the bike with agreed contractual conditions in place. Effectively, you are renting the motorcycle until you meet certain requirements at the end of the rental period or monthly payment term. So imagine you've just agreed a price on a new motorcycle. The salesman will then work with the lender to work out how much you will need to borrow based on three indicators such as 1, the length of term, 2, your deposit amount, 3, how many miles you will do a year. These three inputs will basically work out a guaranteed future value of the motorcycle at the end of the agreed payment term. So for example, if the bike you were purchasing was £10,000, you put down £1,000 as a deposit and the guaranteed future value of the bike at the end of the term was £4,000, then you only need to finance £5,000 instead of £9,000. Now you might think this is great, I am saving £4,000 and it makes the bike more affordable. And so you pay your deposit and make monthly repayments until the end of the term. And then when the term ends, you have three choices. Make a lump sum payment known as a balloon payment in order to purchase the bike outright. Use any equity you have in a new deal. So if the bike is worth more than its guaranteed future value, you can put down as a deposit on a new motorcycle. Or hand the motorcycle back and walk away. So let me tell you why this is all a terrible option and you should avoid at all costs. Motorcycles in the UK generally hold their value strongly and the lenders know this, and so what happens is they artificially force a guaranteed future value way below what the bike will actually be worth by working out the deal based on extremely high depreciation. And why would they force a future value so low knowing it would be worth so much more? Because they earn a load of interest on what you owe, which is typically worked out at 7 or 8% APR. You might think, but wait, that means that when I go to trade my bike in, it'll be worth way more than what I owe. And so I'll have loads of equity as a deposit for a new deal, right? Wrong. This is the whole idea to bluff you into a repeat cycle. You see, the dealer will not lose any money because they sold the whole bike in the first place to the lender. The lender doesn't lose any money due to the money made in interest, and your only exit at the end of the payment term all benefit the lender. Let me share an example of what a typical deal would look like and some figures that they don't show you. So let's refer to my trusty whiteboard for these figures. So the bike is £14,000, okay? You put a deposit down of £1,500. The guaranteed future value of the bike or the balloon payment at the end of the term is £7,535.06. And what that means is you then need to borrow £4,964.94. Okay, and what they do is they work an annual premium rate of roughly 7.9%. It's usually 7 to 8%, so 7.9% in this example. And that interest is £2,413.62. Now, to note here that they work the APR out on the £12,500 that you've borrowed from the lender, not from this amount here, okay? And so you pay that over a term of 36 months, £204.96 a month, and then your total amount that you have paid comes to £8,878.56. Now this particular bike at the end of the agreement would more likely be worth £9,000 as a trade-in based off of typical mileage and condition. And so what happens and why the dealers and lenders love this financing method is you think, oh wow, I have all this equity in the bike. And so you run along and buy a new bike and go through the same repeat process again, paying interest on money you do not need to borrow. So how do you avoid this terrible financial trap? Well, my advice is to purchase a bike with the three following methods. 1, cash obviously. 2, large purchase interest-free credit card. 3, bank loan with low interest rate over 60 months. This way you will have a lot more flexibility with the bike later down the line, especially with it being HPI clear. And obviously you wouldn't have wasted a huge amount of money in interest. So there you go. I hope this shines a light on how poor PCP really is. Don't be fooled into thinking it's a great way of funding a bike because you pay slightly less a month. At the end of the term, you have actually in fact paid a lot more. PCP is one of the greatest financial tricks. It is ever so deceiving. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you found this valuable, please let me know with a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you later.